Hello students. Well, this is another opportunity to talk about an interesting topic. It is about adventure weekends. As the instruction says, you are going to look at a photo on the leaflet and answer the questions. Well, here you have the photograph. This was taken from the leaflet, as you can see in the worksheet. Here is the photograph, and according to this picture you are going to answer the previous question. The first one is, what kind of place are the students going to on their adventure weekend? The second one is, what activities do you think people can do here? So, what do you have in activity number 2? In activity number 2, you are going to you're going to read the leaflet from the school quickly and check your answers to the 2 questions in the previous activity. It means in activity number 1. So what is the text about? It is about the Brecon beacons, and as the title says, it is an adventure weekend, and you are going to get information in order to answer the 2 previous questions given in activity number 1. So now we have activity number 3, and it says read the leaflet again. So it means the previous information, and you are going to answer the next questions. Here you have 4 questions to answer. The first one is, what can be the weather like in the Brecon beacons? So it is talking about the weather. How can be the weather like? The next question is, where can parents find information on or what the students should bring? Why should the students not take too much in their bags? Finally, how many nights are students spending in their tents? So these questions are going to be answered according to the previous information given in the activity number 2. Activity number 4. Read the kit list again. Which of the things on the list do the students need for? Well, you have a kit list in the worksheet, so you have to read the kit list, and this vocabulary is divided in many parts because it talks about clothes to take to these places, things to take, and so on. So we have to answer the following questions. Which of the things of the list do the students need for example, the cold weather, perhaps? Which of the things on the list do the students need for sleeping? Or which of the things on the list do the students need for not getting lost? So you have to answer these questions according to you have in the vocabulary given in the worksheet. Okay, so you have to check your worksheet before answering this. In activity number 4, you have Laura is on an adventure holiday with her parents. Read the conversation and answer the questions. So in this part you have 3 points to consider before reading the conversation. The first question is, what are Laura and her dad going to do on Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon? Next, what's Laura's dad going to do on Sunday morning? Question 3, what's Laura going to do on Sunday morning? So let's read the information we have here, the conversation between Laura and her dad, and after that you're going to have the opportunity to answer these questions, okay? But you have to take into account the words which are in blue, okay? The expressions which are in blue, okay? So let's start. Dad says, let's go on water skiing on Saturday morning, Laura. And Laura answers, I'm not that interested in water skiing, Dad. How about mountain biking? Dad answers, I prefer to go kayaking or something like that. Laura says, kayaking? That's a great idea. Dad asks a question. What shall we do in the afternoon? Would you like to go horse riding? Laura answers, I'd love to. Where is it? Dad says, it's near the beach. It's a shame about the water skin. I wanted to do that. Never mind. Laura asked a question again. Why don't you go on Sunday morning with mom and I can sleep late? Dad says, good idea. So on Saturday we are going kayaking in the morning and Laura completes the idea. We are going horse riding in the afternoon. So according to this conversation, these dialogues, you have to answer these three questions, okay? And once you finish to answer these three questions, you have to pay attention on these expressions which are in blue, okay, which are highlighted in blue. So we have the following expressions. I'm not that interested in. I prefer to go. That's a great idea. Would you like to? I'd love to. It's a shame. Why don't you? Good idea. So the important things in this part is, so what are these questions are going to be useful for? So, according to this activity, it says now look at the words in the conversation. A, you have to make suggestions. B, to disagree. C, to agree, in letter B. C, to disagree. And in letter D, to express regret. Okay, so you have to choose expressions and you have to write in the correct title. Okay, for example, the expressions to make a suggestion, you have to choose in the previous conversation the correct expressions to write here. Yeah, and you have to write here. And if you consider there is expressions to express this and agree, so you have to write in this part as well. And if you find expressions to express disagreements, you can write in this side, okay, in this side. And if you find expressions to express regret, there's no problem, you can write all of them in this part, okay? So you have to complete this by reading the previous one. So in this point, what are you going to do? You're going to analyze the grammar, okay? Here we have an interesting part of, well, of the grammar of the language. In this part we are going to see how to work with infinitive, how to express what. Yeah, here you have some ideas taken in the previous activity. For example, here, I like watching soap operas, or I like going to the swimming pool, yeah, or many things like that. So how can you work that kind of expressions in English? You have here, when you want to express a hobby or something you like to do, you have the opportunity to use these expressions, or your preference, okay? You can use love, like, enjoy, hate. And if you don't want to express, well, something you like, you can make the opposite things. You can say don't mind, prefer. You have to use the ing form, okay, like the examples. Like is going to be followed by another verb, and this verb is going to use the ing form, okay? I like watching soap operas, or I like going to the stadium. I love dancing with my friends, and things like that. And well, if you find some sentences to express some preference, like this example, you can use the expression would love, the expression would like, or would. Okay, in this case we are going to express this idea using the verb prefer plus another verb, and this verb is going to it's going to use a previous word. This word is to, and plus the infinitive verb in this case. Here you have the example, I like to watch something else, or, well, here you can see the contracted form, but, well, there is also the complete form, and you can say, I would like to watch something else. Okay, so here you have the main idea to express this, well, to spread the sentences, okay? On the other side, you have expressions to ask about a specific preference or expressing a specific preference. Okay, so you have to analyze this. You have direct questions. For example, do you want to watch TV, or would you like to go to the theater? Yeah, for expressing a specific preference, you have, I prefer to listen to music, or I'd rather stay in tonight than go out. Okay, so I consider this part is, and you're going to apply what was explained in the previous activity, in activity number 4. You have to use in this part, in this activity. Okay, imagine you want to go on an adventure weekend. So you have to work in pairs in this activity, and you have to talk about the place you want to go and things you want to take. Use information in the previous activity, I mean activity number 4, to help you to try to do this activity using a video call through the WhatsApp. Okay, don't forget it. You're going to use the WhatsApp. I want to listen to you, and above all, to see your minds when speaking. Okay, and your gestures as well. Don't forget to send your dialogues recordings through WhatsApp or the teacher's email. Okay, it must last from 3 to 3 minutes, from 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, don't forget it. And also you have to take into account the following points. The first one is make suggestions, agree and disagree, depending on what you're planning for the weekend. The second point to take into account is, can you get your partner to change his or her mind? It means that you have to present different positions, and at the end you have to make an agreement. Okay, and that's all for this part. Okay, thank you very much for your attention.